What's up, everybody? This SOS Rampage is back at you with another episode of Breaking the Wrestling Barriers, where we go on over, some of the new wrestling content on both sides of the barriers, whether it be AEW, whether it be WWE. And look, I'm over here now just because of Mercedes. Mercedes, I did this for you. Look, I figured things out just for you. I moved myself over here just because you're my CEO.
He did. I can confirm this. We were swapped, and he was
Every episode we've ever recorded, I've been on this side. But just for you, Mercedes, I moved myself.
He was like, I can't be over here.
No, I
and
can't.
Then 10 seconds
Nothing
later,
against you, Tony. I'm not trying to offend you, Miss Storm, Miss Timeless.
No, I gotta look at. We're good over here. It's all good.
I'm just making sure.
Nah.
But yeah, if it's a little bit different over here, no, we haven't replaced skins. No, we are different people on the SOS Rampages. I did this, for Mercedes. Wow, I have to go over here and then that way now. Look at that. Yeah, and that's that guy over there.
How crazy would it be if we did an episode where I was at your house and you were at my house?
I mean, we wouldn't even really need that. I'll just put your nameplate into the bottom of mine, and you put my nameplate at the bottom of yours, and just see who notices and who doesn't. I mean, we could definitely pull that shtick for a second and see what happens.
Man, that's some high school substitute teacher. I'm trying to go above and beyond, man.
Present yourself. Who are you, and what do you do?
I'm me. I do things.
Okay. He does stuff on YouTube and stuff and things.
But if you want a more detailed description, I am SOS Farm.
See, it's weird when you're over here, huh? It's different now because you're on the other side.
It is, because now you live over there. You've never lived. What? Okay. I'm on YouTube under Farm27. I'm currently doing 2 Pixelia. And I am starting Cubic Odyssey tomorrow on the 31st.
I was to say, we say tomorrow, but I'm gonna try to get it out tomorrow. We'll see. It might come out same day.
Day
after.
May 31st. I am starting it, so that's
it will come out before SmackDown and Collision. I can say that. Not SmackDown, before Collision, because SmackDown's tonight. Man.
I have just finished Schedule 1. I have 50 episodes of it out. Go enjoy it. Tell me how much I suck, and tell me how to improve my game. Because
why can't you just be confident in your game? Why can't it be good? Why can't they say you're doing good things?
Because people are mean. So
I've had a good run of comments lately.
Yeah. I mean, there's some nice people, but I'm not just gonna sit here and be like, oh no, here they come. I'm ready. So tell me how much I suck. Watch my. If you want to really tell me how much I suck, you should watch me play Sonic.
No, I believe that. But
hey,
we're gonna get into the WWE side of things first. Honestly, it's kind of like an in-between period, in between pay-per-views. They had the Saturday Night Main Event, which was it was a thing. It happened. I mean, would you like to touch on anything from that?
It's an important event, and it's nostalgia. It's something that you look back on years later, and you're like, yo, it's crazy that they did this match. That's what Saturday night's main event is. You're not gonna.
Shout out to Jay for the super kick to Logan Paul's face. I mean, you definitely nailed that square to his jaw. That was good job. Proud of you.
I mean, that's what I've been saying, man. The best thing about Logan Paul being in the wrestling business is every once in a while he's going to catch a good super kick, a good Superman punch, a Braun Breaker spear, a Braun Strowman power slam.
Well, not Braun Strowman anymore, but
it could have happened. It could have been a Royal Rumble, and he could have ran into him, and he could have got these hands. I'm just saying, as us wrestling fans, we need to enjoy those moments, because we all know we don't mess with Logan. We appreciate what he can do in the ring, but what's up with that Braun Breaker spear though?
Another one that could do some damage, and he did some damage on Mr. Phil at Saturday Night's Main Event and made his return back and joined, Paul Heyman's stable is Bronson Reed, which is one of those hilarious things in wrestling booking that's just like, man's destroyed someone 5 seconds ago, and then when he comes back, nah, we cool, bruh. This is all right. We good with that.
Respect. That's respect.
We're supposed to just forget, just wash our
No,
brains
man.
all of it.
Look. They had their issues. They don't really know each other like that. But also, Seth has had ankle and knee injuries before, and they reach out to each other after they, hey man, how you doing? Hey man, keep your head up. This is only a bump in the road, and that's how people bond. It's like, you know what? I had them misunderstood. Plus, that's a big meaty man with a lot of meat, and I could use him on my squad.
Yeah, and Paul Heyman could be a nice mouthpiece for him, which is, I think, a big part of the reason why they put him there. Do you think they add anyone else to said stable? Do you think they keep it like this? Is this anything but getting Braun Breaker over? I don't really see any other end goal to all of this.
This is I know you've seen the comparisons, but this is evolution. It's about the future. That's what Seth is saying. And it's about getting Bronson.
So hypothetically, they need one more.
No, that's what I don't think they do.
Okay.
I think them being 4, like the 4 horsemen, Fortune 4.
Yeah.
Fortune had
so we're 19. Counting Heyman with them. Like Heyman is a member, not like a JJ.
Heyman is Flair.
But hey, I look at Heyman like a JJ Dillon of like the 4 Horsemen. He was not one of the 4. He was the manager of the 4.
Yes. Yeah. He's a mix of JJ.
Do they need a 4th member or? Okay.
He shows up in the suit. He talks his smack. He's got the experience and the history. That's why I see him as Flair. Like, he doesn't have to get physical. That's why I see the JJ Dillon reference that you're saying. So he's a mix, but he is the 4th member. He's the founding father. If I could be a young buck for a second.
No, we don't let you. No.
But I think it's about building the future. It's about making Braun and Bronson both big figures within the next 5 to 10 years, and this is the new Shield, bruh.
Going forward, because I think there's at least one of them qualified. Who are our Money in the Bank qualifiers going into this? We got a couple weeks going forward. We got 2 more spots to be filled and stuff like that. Who do we have? You have the list up and ready.
For the men's match, we'll
start there, yes.
We have Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, Penta, Seth Rollins, and then 2 more spots to be determined.
Early predictions, any of those 4 winning this, or you waiting to see the other 2?
Seth Rollins. The storyline, the main storyline is shifting towards that group.
Yeah, I can see that.
But do you have any predictions for one of those, or maybe both of those spots remaining? I would say I could see Aleister Black in one of those spots.
I could see that. I could also see, in my mind, and now this is my, I think, where I'm going with it, even though I feel like it's a little bit of an off chance, but there's just something that sticks in me as a wrestling fan. There's a certain moment, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's 2013, of a certain person that should have won that Money in the Bank. I got thrown over by Mr. Sandow.
Woo, woo, woo.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Cody Rhodes, baby. My darling son that had never won Money in the Bank, that got tossed off at the last second. And I know you remember that match. It felt like that was Cody's moment. It felt like that was the moment where he was going to rise up and be the next guy. And to put him back in that spot, I think it would do. And he would have fun in the match. He hasn't been in the match in a while. Like, I think he would enjoy the spots. He has Seth in there. He's got Solo in there to work with. Got Penta in there that he could have callbacks to.
You just took me back. I forgot. Like Cody basically had the Chris Benoit spot in when then Edge hit him with the chair. Yeah. And then Edge snuck up and won it at the last moment.
Because, I mean, even in that match, like, Benoit was doing all the moves. He was so over in the match. Like, and that felt like Cody. Cody was hitting all of his spots, like, on point. They looked amazing. Yeah. And then Sandow, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was just sitting at the timekeeper's table, like, the entire time.
They were still partners. That match broke up the team.
And then the feud was just meh after, and that's what I said, the redemption
What do you mean?
arc.
Oh, that was a great feud.
The redemption arc, and that's all of Cody's story. That's all of Cody's story since he's been back, is every bit of redemption, every bit of getting his get back. And that, at least for a wrestling fan, I know it's an off chance, but like that stung with me as a wrestling fan, as far as like I felt like that was his moment. I felt like that's where I became a big Cody Rhodes fan at that point. I was just like,
they got to bring Sandow back.
Think he's still working in NWA?
How much does that cost? Have you not noticed that they're buying every company that they run?
Well, let's just make a trade. Yeah, we're letting y'all use Natty. We can use Sandow. It's fine.
Hey, man, I'm all for it. But you know how they are. They're like, you want a green tea?
Speaking off of and branching off of, since I brought up Natty, the Evolution 2 pay-per-views are, there's big rumors that have been getting stronger and stronger every day.
I'm ready for it. I'm hyped.
I'm ready for it. I feel like they have the people on the roster. I feel like it would be a huge deal and make a huge splash if they brought in some of this outside talent, some of this GCW, like a Masha Slamovich's first match in WWE. Some of these outside talents that people are rumored about, I think would help out. Honestly, and I don't know if we said it on the podcast or the video, whatever, but this is the time to bring Natty back strong. Have her do this run out there on the indies and have her build this back up and have her reappear as this new Natty Neidhart, and really establish herself.
Well, they can't just bust out Jordan Grace again. So, you have to go to the next the next person would be Masha.
Yeah. Unless
some crazy thing happened where Mariah May's contract ran out and she could appear, but
I've heard there's rumor and innuendo there. This is something I feel like is a good ask of you in this situation, because we bring up the Women's Evolution pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. And because of who she's teaming with lately, is there a world where Tessa Blanchard ever touches down in WWE again?
Yes.
What would need to happen?
Do we curse on this show?
Yeah, we can curse here. I mean,
okay. The world's a fucked up place.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a matter of time before things get forgotten and forgiven. And so many people on the other side can stick up for you. And then there's other people who are so much worse than you that you can kind of direct the energy towards, how can you be mad at Tessa for 10 years when she became friends and still has friends with black wrestlers and people that are black?
She hasn't gone completely Hogan with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to. Like Victoria Crawford is involved in her storyline now, and like she's doing something to not everyone has turned on her, But
No.
Hogan is like gone, like turned his back and been like, "Yo, brother, you shouldn't do this.
You shouldn't do this, Benjamin
Yeah,
Shelton.
yeah, bro, we shouldn't do anything you did after 1987."
Um,
But
going on to a
I
different
don't.
topic and spanning on
The
a
world's
little.
the world's a mess up place, and I think they always forgive him, man. Like Takashi 6ix9ine started rapping again.
Going on to a lighter topic, you get 6 months from now. What's your main event for Evolution 2? You get 6 months to build to it with the current landscape of what you have right now. I'll go first because it's the one that you've pitched multiple times at WrestleMania. Unless I'm taking it from you. I
No,
mean,
no, no, you go
it's
because
the obvious one of you
Rhea
build
and Bianca.
Bianca easily. That's your easy go.
Good one, but I want that one for WrestleMania. I've wanted that one for WrestleMania since they.
Yeah, but Evolution's that next big step.
Yeah. Um, Becky versus Bailey.
Okay. I
Just
feel like
because
you would have to do a lot of backstory with it, do a
I mean,
lot of different stuff to push it up.
but like they're both workers, they're both talkers.
Mm-hmm.
They got all the history from NXT, and like they own the footage. They'll even bust out some footage with Sasha in it for that. Like they'll show all four of them holding their arms up together for that package, you know?
No. I mean, why not just go with, if you're going to do that, why not go with the full Shield mentality and go to the triple threat and throw Charlotte in there and just have
No,
that?
no, no, no! Don't throw Charlotte.
Because you know Charlotte's going to win the match.
Stop throwing Charlotte in a match and making it a triple threat. Make a storyline for.
But that one fits though, because that's like the four horsewomen without Sasha.
Make a storyline for Charlotte.
Make a different storyline for Charlotte.
Make a creative team that works with Charlotte and makes interesting storylines for her. Then, like, don't just throw her in the mix. Like, yo, that's what
She's like some parsley on top. You throw some Charlotte Flair on top of the match.
So-called Charlotte Flair parsley.
You just throw a little parsley on there.
Do you know I'm never gonna be able to see Charlotte Flair other than parsley now?
Yeah, she's a little sprinkle, like she's 17 times sprinkle over there.
God, oregano.
All right,
I love it.
going on, and I'm sure at least, I mean, definitely these three are going to be. I mean, obviously the fourth is not going to be involved because he's a male superstar. But we had some recent NXT call ups to wrap up the WWE side of things. We'll go down the list kind of, and the first one that did called up officially is Roxanne Perez. What you thinking? How, I mean, why is she going to be Dom's new thing? And yes, 100% yes, here for it. Bye, Liv. Sorry, Liv. Sorry, Liv.
First of all,
sorry, Liv.
First of all, mind your P's and Q's.
Sorry, Liv.
Liv Morgan is it. She's been it, and she will continue to be it.
But that's more of my thing with that is I think she can fly by herself now. I don't think she needs Dom. I think she's 100% sold her character by herself at this point. And it would do better.
Don't agree with me now.
Liv Morgan, but it's also the fact of
major motion pictures, baby.
Especially the fact of if she finds it out almost as if like a Rhea did of like, you know, not getting duped and not getting played of like would really help her character out in the long run and really seeing through it and seeing through the Roxanne thing and really like calling it out before it happens.
I don't want to step over the boundaries and as a Liv Morgan fan and, you know, say things that I shouldn't say, but I think I should say the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour is officially over. Like, Revenge is succeeded. She is about to become a face. She is about to become a superstar, baby. She might even reignite that tag team with Rhea Ripley eventually.
And I mean, this could be the spawn of that easily. That
Yeah,
that turn of
yeah.
Roxanne getting
And
her be the new detestable.
Roxanne and Raquel will be a dominant force that I can't even explain because it hasn't happened yet.
The only thing that I can say from this, and we'll go on to
Finn
the next
wins.
one after this.
Finn wins.
Finn doesn't win. That's been proven.
Finn's
Finn
gonna
doesn't.
get his way. No new members, unless I bring them.
But at this,
Finn,
I
my boy.
need, if this does happen like this, and it does happen the way that you're saying, is I need there to not be the exact same thing with Roxanne Perez in 2-3 years. This recycle seems like they did the same thing with Rhea, the same thing with Liv. I don't want to see a third time of Dom.
It should be the last one.
Being like, this needs to be the last one of this magnitude. Like,
I got one more left in me, Dom, and then switch it up.
Yeah, switch up the roles a little bit. Maybe have Dom become the babyface eventually, because we all know that that's where that's ultimately leading to eventually.
What do you want him to wear? His Fada's mask?
No, he won't need to at that point. He'll be so over.
Finn Balor only wears that mask for his entrance. How's Dom gonna wear the mask for the whole entrance and the match? And besides, Eddie Guerrero never wore a mask. He probably wore a mask. He wore a mask. He did wear a mask.
Speaking of someone that does have, I mean, I guess they're horns, not a mask. Stephanie Bakir also is getting a big rumor being called up. How do you feel about this? I personally think she could have used a little bit more seasoning.
Oh yeah.
No,
she's good. I agree with what she said. Like, she said she wanted to go to NXT so she could get her English a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I think her English is good enough for television, obviously, because she's been on television. So like, it's only gonna get better, and she's obviously practicing it. So like, just it's time.
I agree, and I'm like, I'm 50-50 on it. I could have used a little bit more time for the English audience to see her in NXT a little bit longer, to get more of a dominant reign down there, to get, because we're getting to this problem again where we kind of got to in WWE, and we always get to in WWE, is there's only so many spots. Like, now we're bringing 3 fresh females up on the roster of, like, unless we have like a storyline built for them, I mean, we're just going to have her be Stephanie Bakir on the main roster. And then we also have, like we're about to talk about, Jordynne Grace, who does already have that USA appeal. People know who Jordynne Grace is a lot more than they know who Stephanie Bakir is.
There could be more. There could be more. Like, literally, JC Jane just won the NXT championship. How long before Fallon Henley turns on her and then she moves up, you know? Like, I think she's like one of the people that's like on her way to the main roster.
No, I get that, but you're also taking these spots that kind of are like that Natalya, that Bailey, that like not everybody can be on. I mean, Dakota just got let go. I mean, it's almost like you understand why
that bad stuff.
I mean, but you understand why it happened now. I mean, they literally let go of 3 women on the main roster so they could put 3 other women up on the main roster. And then I'll also, argue with this. I mean, I think Jordynne Grace is going to be just fine on the main roster. I'm going to clarify that. That's the one that I think is going to be fine. People know her.
Don't make me start flexing again. Yeah.
I say this now, but it seems like with WWE, everyone that we think is a surefire thing usually doesn't turn into a surefire thing. So I'm sure they'll find some way to fuck it up in some form or fashion. They always do.
There's always one in the bunch that, like, it's like a home run, like EC3.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a home run, and they're just like, I don't know what to do.
And this is going to be a big thing coming from me, because, you know, big AEW mark over here, have his sign figure and everything. I think Ricky Saints should have stayed down a little bit longer. He literally just got there. If this is what you were going to do with him, just have him be there to begin with. Don't at least in my opinion, I think he could have used a little bit more time down. That's another one where, like, unless we have something for him, like, I say this with the utmost respect to both men involved. Tell me the huge difference between LA Knight and Ricky Saints in the character right now. And I love Ricky Saints.
Ooh. The sound of their theme song. One of them has a West Coast song, and one of them has a down south New Orleans theme song. Yeah. But besides that,
the character work is the same, and we've seen what they've done with LA Knight.
I think
he does have a little bit of the Punk thing and the Cody thing, where like people are gonna watch his back a little bit.
That's what I think it is. I think they're like, yo, why is he like? Bring him up. He's ready. He's ready. Like, they believe in him. So like, putting their voice out for him, and like, even though we would appreciate him being down there a little bit longer, he's got at least two big voices that are on TV on a weekly basis that are like, yo, what's up with Ricky?
That's fine, and I can just blame Punk. It's fine. I'm good at that. I'll blame Phil. And he's getting old, and he wants to have a match with Ricky Saints. It's fine. He wants to get one over specifically, just like Hulk Hogan would. He lost the match before. He lost the Owen Hart tournament. I need mine back, brother, and I'm not going to work down at NXT, dude.
And you know what? Since you're going to blame Punk, as a black man, I'll do my job, and I'll blame Cody. Because Cody won't take it out on me.
He won't. He refuses to.
He'll be like, well, he's got a point, you know. I at least got to hear him out, and that's why I respect Cody. Cody's my man. Mm-hmm. I got the old gray Cody shirt. You want to see it?
No.
To the future, I bought it 2011. I'm old.
You can wear it next time.
Yeah. We should both wear Cody shirts next time.
Which one?
Just a Cody shirt.
Okay,
wait, no, you flexed on me. Which
yeah,
because I have one and you got. Okay, I got you.
I have like 5, 6. It's fine.
Yeah, you know what? But I might have a second one by
then. You never know, you know. Stepping on over, since we're talking about, you know, the AEW side of things, might as well just jump on over. That Double or Nothing was very, very fun pay-per-view overall, and a lot of it led into Dynamite, so we can kind of just talk about, I mean, huge shout out to the stretcher match with Ricochet and Mark Briscoe.
How are you going to shout out a stretcher match? You said huge shout out to the stretcher match.
Because
huge shout out to Mark Briscoe and Ricochet for the stretcher match. And
the competitors in the stretcher match, in the ambulance match, all right?
Huge shout out to that table, man. You broke it.
Yeah, that stretcher busted him open real good. I don't know. I saw you.
No, man. No, it was a great match. I don't, like you were saying during the pay-per-view, I don't know why Mark came out later that night, but you know, that was his Mick Foley moment. I don't know
who did the camera work. I don't know who the producer was at that last shot of Ricochet standing on the stretcher with the knife, or I'm just going to call it scissors. He uses it like a knife where he just be shanking people, and the blood splatter, like, that looked beautiful. And then him just telling the ref or the cameraman to back up and just kicking it at him. As we make movies, pal.
You know, I was just thinking, like, you know, like, if you're really going to murder him, like, we need the ending scene to be like that slow zoom out and like just pose on the table, and then like check out my Schedule 1 series. Like, it's a movie, y'all. No, it's a great shot. Like, it's something that they made for their highlight reel. Like, we're gonna see that play out for years and years and years. That's an iconic pose.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the matches were really, really good. This was a long night for everybody involved. I mean, we'll talk about more, as you see in the background with Miss Monet, when we talk about Dynamite.
Are you talking about the fans?
For everybody, it was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
Tony, you keep us there a long time. That's the one thing WWE is really stepping up on, is cutting the pay-per-views down.
We need to do a scrum.
Listen, I'm a huge Adam Cole fan.
Oh, muffin.
I'm a huge, like, this Don Callis family. Great. Awesome. Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, but the loud groan that I made after the Anarchy in the Arena match when they said Paragon versus the Don Callis family was, I'm sure, the groan that everybody in that arena made, because it's like you're gonna put something in between the Anarchy in the Arena and Ospreay and Hangman.
Just go straight into the, ladies and gentlemen, the following match is your main event. People would have went crazy right there.
Because, I mean, everybody was out of it. I mean, we'll talk about the Anarchy in the Arena match. I mean, everybody was just, they were completely out of it after that, because just all the energy, all the chaos, all the crazy spots, Marina hitting Willow with the bottle, just Willow getting tied up by her ear. I hate all these things that I'm speaking of right now.
You don't even have ear piercings.
No, and it makes me cringe.
Yeah.
Like it.
No, that's what I've had my ears pierced, and like both my holes have closed up throughout the years, but like you've never even like, you don't have any piercings.
No?
Yeah, so like it definitely makes you cringe to like a super high level, because you're just like, no, okay, end the match, call the bell, ref, what are you doing? Like, I'm just like, hey man, this is the life you chose.
I mean, Claudio doing the spin or the swing into the speaker.
Hey man, sometimes you got to feel that bass.
I mean, the moment of the match, obviously, and people, I mean, it's online all over the place when Kenny hit the song, when they let the bodies hit the floor. It's just seeing the arena erupt and seeing, like, because everybody knows it from WWE CW and heard it every week, and it was a popular song even before that. But like, as a wrestling fan, you hear that week in and week out, and I mean, Jim Cornette talks about it all the time. These are the diehards that go to AEW shows, so like they were watching WWE CW when it was live, probably just like myself, and getting pumped for it just like that.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not see the match live. I saw a clip, and the second that they hit the beat, and then Swerve ran to the ropes, and then did a backflip over the ropes, and then landed and posed, and then the beat went Flah! And everybody started screaming. Top 5 greatest moments I've ever seen in wrestling. I've been watching since 1995. Did not see that live. I understood that moment, that it meant to everybody in that arena, including all the wrestlers that involved. Like, everybody remembers, like, all the deep wrestling fans remember the Invasion era, and that is the theme song of it. And the way everything was timed. The cameraman really fucked up.
A little bit. But at the same time, he shot where it needed to, because he also got the crowd reaction as much as possible when people were losing it. Because, like I said, from watching it live, and how the song goes.
Nice seeing Kenny's legs when Swerve's doing a backflip over the rope. But, all the other angles from it, like, they all...
Listen, there was a lot of WCW-like shots all over the place, as far as, like, they just World War III 4-camera shots all over the place. But that spot alone...
WCW would never. You talking about the Dungeon of Doom? You talking about above average Mike Sanders and Glacier? No, man. No, they come on the same channel.
Top notch quality right there.
You talking about the Yeti?
But yeah, no, great moment with the build up and everything. Swerve also getting stapled in the mouth. Just stop, bro.
He's a maniac.
Stop. And then, I mean, that finishing sequence with like the Bucks doing the knee into the table spot, into the power bomb, as well as like that ending sequence with the one wing angel off of the stage into the exploding table on one of the Buckaroos, and then the other Buckaroo getting the double stomp in the middle of the ring from the tax.
You're calling.
I know. I know. I'm talking to the Buckaroos now.
I just wanted to let you know.
Our founding fathers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Show them some respect.
Our founding fathers are EVPs who looked fantastic, by the way, in their garb. But y'all should keep that going. I mean, it was chaos overall, and then obviously the main event, top notch quality with Will and Hangman back and forth. Didn't know who was going to win until the end. I mean, it just felt like, especially that end sequence at like the last 5 minutes, I felt like Brock Lesnar, slow the fuck down. It was just flip and hit and flip and flip and flip, and they can keep up with it. It's like great, awesome, but like felt like someone was gonna botch, but nobody botched. It was clean. And
they should have
going over it.
They should just had like Ricochet or like Mike Bailey come out like in the background and like do like a standing backflip and then like pose like a Mortal Kombat character and then just run away.
just to put into perspective, you know.
Yeah, like do you see all this is going on right now? Crazy.
Yeah, Hangman going over, I feel like was the right move right now. Ospreay's got some time. I mean, he's young. So is Hangman, but give Ospreay some more time to develop in a AEW landscape.
I disagree.
That's fair.
I think Ospreay should have won. He's got the crowd behind him. He's got the big crowd singing song that like that big entrance for that match would it spray like like really getting into Mox's head, like he would have like been pacing back and forth and maybe getting out the ring and he would have reacted to it. Plus but Swerve got the storyline with Swerve.
So I think, and this is, I see where you're getting at, but you also have to think of timeline, think of venues, think of locations, where they're going and where they're heading. They're going not just to Texas, but right after, where are we going?
I have no idea. Chicago?
London. You do Hangman Mox, and then you do Swerve Ospreay to put Ospreay over Swerve because Swerve beat him the first time. Now Ospreay's ready to fight whoever at all in London. And then you have that big crowd reaction of exactly what you're saying. You want everybody screaming that song? You do that in London, you have people screaming bloody murder for that song.
I think it's better because Hangman's not from Texas. He's from Virginia.
He's not, but it's a very cowboy Texas.
He's got the cowboy gimmick. He's got the South on lock. Will Ospreay has America on lock.
In a way.
Like, I think that they'll still go crazy for him in Texas.
Yeah. No, 100% he'll still have the reaction in Texas, but there's no doubt that his biggest reaction would be in front of that London crowd.
He wins the title in Texas, and then he
depends in London is what
he shows up as the champion, and then they go even more crazy, like because.
But I think that also goes back to the time we still have with that. He's still a very young athlete. Like he still has time to build into that. And I just, like I said, I think that's because of how long Hangman's been there. It's a now or never more feel with Hangman than it is with Swerve. Of like, if they don't follow up with Hangman right now, it's kind of like are we going to at any point? Is there a point to doing it? Like,
man, listen to his theme song. The shit, it gets happy, then it gets sad. It's a roller coaster. Like, he has a long story. He needs to figure the shit out with Swerve. His mind is confused. He can't focus. He's not gonna win the title. He cannot. He's not focused.
Well, that's the problem with all of these situations, and the big issue with all of it is it's not meant for either of them. Sadly,
when I really get into a conversation, I switch my head around a lot.
I see. But the sad thing is not even meant for either of them because he's probably going to lose that all in too because they're waiting for Darbs.
Yeah, we got the mountain climbers coming down.
Which is probably going to happen in Chicago because Tony Khan, oh boy, we're going to do it in Chicago because that's our home.
Love Chicago and Chicago loves me and I think they deserve another great event.
As always. Yeah, I mean, Dynamite was very much so the follow up from Double or Nothing. Who's not hurt from Double or Nothing that can wrestle tonight? Somehow Mark Briscoe made that list. I mean, they had had a good careers match.
Wait. You're telling me that the bloody mess Terry Funk prepared to fight again tonight?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not surprised.
Definitely some good follow up with Swerve and Hangman. Swerve calling Hangman out because I'm kind of curious. I almost want to see Hangman go heel a little bit and go with them. I kind of do because there's so many baby faces right now, and I really want the Death Riders to not be the heels of the company. I'd rather just be the Bucks and Hangman if this is what we're doing. If Kenny's not going to be their third, then Hangman can be their third.
No, I don't know who I want to be like. I want the Don Callis family to be the heels of the company.
I do too, but yeah. I think that they're good where they're at right now. Like, I think that they still there's a role for more than one, if that makes sense. Because I mean, also you got Ricochet looking to link up with Crew, which will be hilarious.
God, Jim Cornette's gonna love that. Hey Jim, I'm gonna be the one to tell you this. They're all from MCW.
They're all from Maryland Championship Wrestling. Yes.
All right, so when you figure this out, let it be known that we also let you know who to specifically be pissed off at.
Can you imagine? And we'll go farther, and we're gonna close things up and talk about our last thing in the background, obviously. But like, just imagine them lining up against the Hurt Syndicate and the things that Cornette would say.
I just hear him laughing. Like, I don't hear the words. I just hear the laughing,
the cackle
in between him speaking. That's what I hear.
It's going to be an interesting, next little bit. I mean, they're setting up obviously for Fyter Fest as well to have a fatal 4-way with Kenny that Brody King is going to be part of. They have more qualifiers for that going on, and then they ended the night with our winner of the Owen Hart Cup as well, the greatest winner of the Owen Hart Cup, the Beyonce of pro wrestling.
Didn't Mariah May win this?
The greatest.
Didn't
Owen Hart
win?
The greatest Owen Hart, greatest TBS champion, greatest Rev Pro champion.
Maya.
Meh.
She can't say me.
But great promo between the two of them. Some fun WWE callbacks. It seems like it's going to be set up for a very, very fun match and just a very fun feud in general that I think both of them need and both of them care about. I know Tony just put up, a little bit ago, I want to say like a day ago, of her last encounter in WWE was with Sasha, hugging her in the middle of the ring. So this means a lot to them. You can tell the way they talk.
That's what that post meant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because like I saw like the subliminals that they were putting out, but like I wrestled, but I don't remember like.
I believe it was probably a live show or something like that. Yeah. But like they've had this chemistry. They definitely have known each other for this long, and it's going to be interesting to see kind of if they're claiming this is going to be one of the greatest matches of all time. I mean, Tony's at an era where she's working at a high rate. Whatever everyone says about Mercedes' gimmick and Mercedes, the way that she's presented, her wrestling is on point right now.
What era is Tony in right now? The 40s or the 30s?
50s. We're past World War II. Yeah, we're past World War II at this point.
Okay.
We're getting there.
Yeah, I agree. Mercedes is on point every time I've ever seen her in the ring. Every time.
That's the same thing with Tony. Tony's gimmick work has been great, but it's also that ring work that's been carrying her over. So it's going to be a great match going forward. So they're claiming going to be the greatest women's match of all time, which I'm not opposed to that idea. We'll see how it works out.
Which one is Shawn and which one is Brett? Ha ha ho ho ho. Yeah, think about that one.
I know.
You with the backwards hat.
Sean. I'm Sean. I'm over here. Hi. We're Mercedes.
Okay, so Tony is Brett.
Yeah, 100%.
Makes sense. You know, she's foreign, not from the States.
Yeah. Then Mercedes is better. End of story.
And Tony will go down as the greatest and much better than all of her peers.
Go down in
No
as the
one
greatest in the corner, sad, crying about wrestling, while the other is raising the wrestling business up.
Except for her sister, Mariah, who will be slightly better than her because she's younger and she's a little bit like a better talker and like a high flyer.
She's gonna kick her knee out of her knee. Yeah, I get you.
God, I miss Owen.
Yeah, don't we all? All right, everybody. We were wrapping it up over here because we were hitting over that 45-minute mark. Pitch yourself again over there.
I am SOS Farm, and on YouTube, I am Farm27. You can check me out over there. Sometimes I don't talk on my videos, but just pay attention and follow the story.
Just be involved in the story. That's a callback, folks.
Just figure it out. And my man's over here.
SOS Rampage is down there. Check me out on YouTube. We doing some UFC career. We're just wrapped up the UFC career. I mean, he doesn't know it yet. I'm saving a championship series for him over there. He's got like 10% left in his career. So once the Juggernaut Doe's life finishes up, we're going to do a championship run. But Doe wants to be there a lot more and is a lot more aggressive in fighting. So his career is going to be a lot longer. This is going to be about like 50 episodes. Yours ended up being like 25, 30 because the entire time we're like, I don't want to be here. I want to go home. So
yeah, that's a good career. If you stop at 27.
No, I think you're past 27 if I remember correctly, but that's okay.
Okay. That's fine.
We also have our WWE Universe content as far as our 2K25 Universe. Check out, us commentating some of the matches over there. We might down the line have a Tony Storm versus Mercedes Monet match. We definitely we got close to having one in our tournament matches, but check out all of that content out there, whether it be the long form or the short form. Or check me out on TikTok to check out clips, as well as check me out on Twitch at that SOS Rampage's handle. We do, the UFC, we do the Fortnite, we do the WWE, we do all bunch of sorts of random stuff over there. That's why you're hearing the random pings, because we're getting yanked over into our Society of Streamers Discord, where we're supposed to be at, and we're late because we are fashionably late everywhere and anywhere that we need to be.
And where you can join.
Yes, you can join right now. So come join us out. Promote your content, get it out there so we know who you are and so that others know who you are, just so that you will know who we are. With that being said, we are going to go. Yes, you can interrupt us and bloop us and bloop, 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 bloop the entire time while it's happening. So with that being said, because he's going to make his return soon because Fozzie's tour is about to be over. Bye, guys.